Dead. Oh, it's one of my faves. It's one of my faves. These ones are cute because they run away from you. No, and it's really hard to catch them too. This spot goes between areas, and also bloody tank controls. I hate bloody tank controls. I just remember as a kid struggling so hard to get Macambo, which is this one, Macambo. And it's so cute. It's such like, look, most of the monsters in this game are based on like real animals, mostly bugs. But this one is one of like really original, bizarre concepts. It's just like a little wizard hat that hops around on legs and has a little face and has little mole hands. I love him. I love him. I love him. Also, I really like how they have the little the idle animation changes when they're low on health, and for this one it's just snuggling itself up inside its wizard hat. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Big lovely friend. Also, it's weird how they have patterning on them that looks like a bloody like ceramic jug. All the monsters have like really interesting detailed textures on them because that's the whole concept of this game of the monster fusion. Like they end up like smushing their 3D models around in different shapes. So having interesting textures on them makes it more interesting to have the whole concept. Because the way the system works is that you have the 3D model from one monster and you have a texture from the second monster and you combine them together. And that's how it has like almost infinite possibilities. Big beetle statue. Gotta love. I don't think there actually is a beetle monster in the whole game. Even though all the monster forests are named after bugs, there is not actually a beetle monster. I don't think there's a butterfly monster or any of the other monsters. Maybe that's why the forests are named after them. It's like monsters that don't actually exist forest. Macambo, Macambo, give me all Macambos. One sad thing is that you can only catch a certain amount of monsters per dungeon. I think it's like you can only catch like 7 monsters at once. It's an incredibly low amount. Oh yeah, you get to see the animation of them struggling against their the cocoon. That's what I get if the animation fails. It's cute. OBS has been running quite slow because of how much my entire computer is just like burning itself to death just to run this demo disc. Yay! Oh yeah, and that's an interesting thing is that the song that you play in your flute when you catch your monsters, it actually changes depending on how much you level up. Which is such a cool and cute detail. I want another, Oh, and here you can see what they look like when they're not folded out. Because in battle you only ever see them when they're tucked inside a little wizard hat head. They got little mole arms and I want them. Macambo, Macambo, come and give me hugs. Well, here's a temptation to like catch like 5 of every monster, but you know you shouldn't because you only have very limited amounts of monster space. Huh. It seems in the demo that your main character actually deals more damage. Like in the final game, he's completely bloody useless, and you mostly need your monster to do everything for you. But it seems like he's dealing more damage than the monsters so far. So they must have like rebalanced that for the demo to make it like easier for a quick playthrough, maybe, or maybe it just wasn't decided yet, like how much it should be like the balance between monsters and main character. Oh yeah, 100% true, Tournaments. That is how every single game that ever has gender. That's why I end up hating gender exclusive classes. Like, when you think about abstract, I probably wouldn't hate the concept itself, but like, it's just whenever it is done, it's always stereotyped like that. It's always just like, bloody like, it's either like really, it's either like women get the magic class, men get the fighting class, or like women get the healing class, men get the fighting class, women get the sexy class, men get looking like an actual human wearing a regular armor class, or like even like when it's like they have the same class but like the appearance varies wildly. I still get so annoyed about early Dragon Quest games, like the jester class, like the man actually looked like a jester, like a full-blown like chubby clown guy with like Harlequin makeup and a cool little hat and stuff, and a woman looked like a sexy Playboy bunny girl. And what's that got to do with being a clown in any way? Thankfully in later games like they both look like a clown and they both don't look like a clown. I love how they all have a different animation of curling up to be blanketed in the coats. The little blanket animation, the details of blanket animation. Blink animation. You can only catch 8 monsters per dungeon before you have to go back and fill up your thing again. Which is such a tiny amount, seriously. Can you imagine in Pokemon if like you weren't allowed to catch more than 8 Pokemon without going back to a Pokemon Center? Pick up this an old cloth sack stuck between leaves of ivy covering a boulder. Shablicker. That makes me I remember as a kid I used to cry so much about Shablicker. Seriously, of all the things to cry about, the bloody item description for one item said it was made from killing monsters. I felt so guilty using MP recovery items at all because they are literally made from the blood of my favourite monster in the game. So unfair. Why? Did someone on the development team happen to hate new shabs? Seriously, what is wrong with new shabs? New shabs are fucking adorable. New shabs and rat shabs, I can't remember the name of the third one. The whole leechy snake monster, general family. That's so unfair. Let's do a bloody challenge run. Don't ever use MP recovery items because I don't want to contribute to the hunting trade of poor adorable snake friends. Where is the place of time time? Where is the place of time time? Where is the place of time time? Time is now. Pataimal! Pataimal! I just imagine myself tucking Pataimal into bed and I want to cry. This game makes me care so much about the monsters. It's a game that's kind of similar to SMT Nocturne and how throughout the game it makes the human characters look more and more like horrible and awful and evil, and your whole motivation is supposed to be to save them, but everyone's such a big old fucking jerk to you, like a racist jerk, a sexist jerk, just a jerk in every jerkish way. And, like, the only person you end up caring about is like Mabu and your mum and your grandma. And then they end up getting like horrifyingly hurt by the rest of the evil villagers, and it's just like, no! I just want to live in peace with my monsters, and it makes me like believe that the monsters are correct and I want to destroy humanity. But whatever. Hello, my girlfriend with a cool hat. Let's hug monsters all day. Romantic ideas for dates. Our adversary we do love, and pray do we for the tormented. Grant us the beasts of knowledge, the power to touch the spirit within. Send some loving hugging beams of love and hug to our monsters, and now they're all good again. Okay, that is one oversight. That's definitely a difference that they had between this demo and the American demo. In the American demo, there is a glitch where you can click on a monster and you can select an empty slot, and you can get ridiculous fusions that like don't make any sense and they're not actually like based on any data. You can basically like have an infinite missing node generator, and that's something that's been patched in this version. I'm not sure if it's been patched in the final version of the game actually. I've seen footage of people doing that in the final version of the game. Oh no! The demo timed out when I was off! Demo timed out when I was off! No! Fuck, I'm sorry. It's my problem with not being able to handle the double windows for it. I've accidentally timed out the game. God, let's start the game. I hope it's not a thing with like a time limit on demo. I think it might be there's a time limit on the demo if you don't play it for long enough and it just automatically times off. So let's try and go in. Let's not waste too much time standing around and let's just run straight through, grab some ones and be able to fuse. So we just leave. We out here. We don't even talk to Grandma. We're rushing so fast. We don't even talk to Grandma. I feel such a sinful person. But God, when I play the final game, I have so many words to talk about why Garai is one of the best grandmas ever. At least this time we figured out where the run button is. Yeah, come back here, Makambu. Come back here, Makambu. Makambu, come. Makambu, my friend. Oh, so many memories of a child trying to chase these bloody things with tank controls. Come back, Makambu! Come back! God damn you, tank controls! Oh my God! They all gathered together as friends. I didn't know they could do that. Oh, I feel really bad about fighting them now. Oh no! Oh no! What if you could actually fight when they all come together in a battle? That'd be kind of cool. Friends. Oh no! They don't all come back in the battle then. I'll have to catch all of you. I cannot separate this trio of friends. Seriously, I'll never stop yelling about how much I love like the rise in like equality in recent games. Seriously, makes my heart swell to a million sizes. Just as much as it swells when looking at the adorableness of Makambu, who I will catch. Why are they the hardest to catch? Goddamn heel spamming friendos. Let me blanket you. God damn, I want to make him a Makambu plush now. Oh, It's such a shame the monsters in this game have such really complicated texture patterns. It probably make it very hard to make a plushie. The spider doesn't want one. It's so cute. It's just a little wizard hat with mole hands. Just a hoppy little babby friend. God, when I first played as a kid, I never got one of those. I had so much trouble controlling the tank control, I never managed to catch one. Ever. There's the tank controls, and then when you fight them, they spam heal and defend and stuff. It's just so hard to catch them. Wait, did one of them just disappear? There were 3 of them a second ago, weren't there? Healing Wiggles! The most frustrating healing Wiggles! God damn it, it's cute, but also stop doing that. Stop healing yourself and come let my hugs heal you. Get in the blankie. I want to make a plushie of it so I can wrap it in a real blanket. This game didn't have any merchandise. Like, it did have some merchandise. It had like bloody phone card printouts and 1 pencil case in Japan. I own that 1 pencil case. But by the honor of my life, I own that 1 pencil case. Oh, that's funny then. They literally their models were standing on top of each other, so I can count them both one over after another. That's kind of cute. That's good, like having a glitch that plays out to give you like double adorable friends. Could you imagine if that was like an exploitable glitch in the game, just like have like infinite amounts of adorable buddies? Infinite amounts. But it's speedrun strats. How to speedrun to get in the most adorable friends instantly. In a bloody Mario the half an A press thing, but it's all about just getting the cutest monsters. Do half a hug. Wait a second, is there something glitching across the screen? I need to look back on the recording. It's like a broken rock, a stone stammer, please. Oh, they're haikus! God, another thing. Like, so many decades since I first played this game, I didn't realise that the tablet inscriptions were haikus. Well, like, bloody Final Fantasy VII, that looked okay at the time, but then I've been unable to play it again. Like, I literally got anxiety in the submarine sections playing it out on the PC port. Because I don't know why the really minimalistic like line art style of the submarine sections was like even more lower graphics than regular. It's really creeped me out for some reason. It didn't just look bad to me, it looked scary. And I don't know how that even works. My brain is just not very good logic. Welcome to Bunny's Brain, an amazing magical place where you'll find new things to be afraid of that you never could before. It's so weird they're called popsicles in America. They're just called lollies over here. So I guess it might be confusing because like lollipops are also called lollies. And trucks are called lorries. When I was really little, I played monster catching games. When I was older, I played monster catching games. When I was now, I played monster catching games. I've always known what I like. I am easily tempted by anything which has a cute little monster friend. I love the animation that the pattern shoes do for being snugged in a blanket too. It's like surprisingly delicate and cute for something that's like a big owner. God, I should make merchandise with just like a blanket with a cocoon pattern on it. Yeah, liquor made from pickled shabs. I feel so sad there's no other item in the game which says it's made from a specific dead monster. Why shabs? Did someone on the development team hate the shabs? Shabs are the cutest, they're just little snaky bugs. It's weird because later in the game you do get into battles which have like several monsters on screen at once. But here you see several monsters on the overworld, but then they never get together in the fight. Oh, I should show them my after on the show here. Yeah, this is a starter monster, this one. We didn't get to see it before we fused it before we did. You know what's weird is that its design in game looks kind of generic, but its design, the concept art, really looks a lot better. Like you see in game, it just looks like a regular small baby dragon. And in the concept art, it had a big square-shaped nose. Basically, had like Scooby-Doo's head on the dragon. Scooby Squoo! Yeah, look how baby that is! Seriously, it's design that not only has a big square nose, but it has like more spindly, adorable baby-like limbs. It's like the whole appeal of this game, and the reason it had such a fandom is because of the good art. Like literally, the character designer was a character designer from Studio Ghibli. Like it had a whole animated opening movie from Studio Ghibli. Like this game, its entire appeal is in the art, and yet so much of the art suffered because of how rudimentary the 3D techniques were at the time, and nobody even got to see all these amazing, like super detailed images they had for the concept art. Seriously, it's like so much art, and like 1% of it actually got into the game. least in the sequel, one good thing about the sequel is the art style is like actually able to properly translate into game. Like it was a full 3D thing, actually looking like a 3D Ghibli movie. It was really good. But the second one, sequel, I think it would have done better if we just made it a separate game. Like the entire tone is different. Like this first game is very serious and very like ye olde fantasy darkness and stuff. And the second game is like entirely a comedic children's game, like actually aimed at children with like child characters being all silly and funny adventures and comedic focus and like anachronistic random technology. Like there's a bloody like magical idol band in that, so it's like it's gone from like indigenous Ainu folklore to idol bands. And like I'm not one of the people who dislike the sequel. Like I dislike the gameplay. Everyone agrees they dislike the gameplay. The fact that they changed it to not have fusing monsters anymore. But so many people don't like the sequel because of like entirely because of the gameplay problems, and they ignore the fact that the story is actually really good. Like in this first game here, it wasn't too good at personality for the characters or like having any like amount of comic relief whatsoever and all that. It was very rushed also with all the lore and stuff, and its very serious tone doesn't work well with a game that's very rushed and doesn't get to explain things correctly. But the second game, it's very funny, it's really good, it's well animated, it's well delivered, good characters, good fun, makes you feel so much about everything, really good. Just has really shitty gameplay. It's a lass. Oh, I love the Macambos. I will follow you forever, Macambos. Must resist temptation to capture all Macambos and nothing else. Maybe that's why Macambos have so much healing and health and defense and spam and stuff. Maybe it's just to get people to time out the demo. Again, problems with hand-eye coordination. I'm not good at real-time action of any. Oh, Shab, friend. That's the one. That's the friend. It's a 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 friend. Nooshab. Look, Manooshabs. They're bloody they're snake leeches, and like they're snakes and leeches and also a severed hand at the same time. There's so much interesting stuff going on in these designs. But they also tend to appear in twos, so they're a lot more difficult to do. And look how chumby it is. Look how chumby it is. Look how chumbulous. It's my theory that they are supposed to be an interpretation of like what if like an explanation for Tsuchinokos. Like the cryptid snake versus the chubby snake. It's my theory that what if this is actually supposed to be like a Tsuchinoko interpreted as like a leech snake combination, because they seriously do have a lot of traits from leeches. Like the whole mouth, it's hard to see in a 3D model. When you see on the official art, it actually does look like literally exactly like how a leech's mouth is in Biotius on the outside, so you can see it. And they're all squishy, and also on the concept art they have a bunch of little bug-like dotted eyes in the front, but you can't see it on this. I didn't think they had eyes at all when I was a kid. Little cuddle, snaky hug, blanket, snaky buddy bud, wuggle, snuggle, wuggle, dud, it's my new chappelle. My favourite of the species is like the Rashab family, actually. It basically looks like Nooshab, but it's more chumby. It's like all round. And they're my big fave, but new subs are also cute. There's also one with third ones I can't remember the name of, where it's like goes 100% snake, 0% leech. I like the internet. That's how I like to interpret it. Like the Rashab species, it looks a lot more like a leech. It has like a body shape like a leech, but it still has the same snake patterns on it. I find it really interesting. And this one here is like somewhere in the middle, and then the third one is like more just regular snake shape. So that's one bad point about this game, is that you have a literal capturing cutscene instead. But it's also really fucking cute to have a capturing cutscene, because seriously, I will never get tired of swaddling the monster in a little adorable blanket. I'm purifying the souls of rage-filled monsters and making them my friend. God, I wish this game had more of a focus on friendship with monsters. I want to be able to give them little cupcakes. Like if this game was just like abandoning the whole plot of like saving the jerk-ass villagers of a human town, and it's instead focused on you and your friendship with your monsters. I find it hilarious that even when you do the capturing cutscene, you still have the poison effect on you. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I want to play a whole game of me like trying to earn the trust of a monster and prove to them that humans are worth saving. I feel more about that than I do about the jerk-ass villagers. Twist was that she didn't actually kill the grandma was actually deaf. And out of context that makes no sense, but there you go. You can just muse on that while Levant falls over from being too green. Ouchie. So that's good, it's time to come back anyway and fuse on monsters. So we were definitely running out of space in the end there. I was capturing too many Mook Shamboos, not enough space for Rashabs. Oh, what happens if you fuse a Mook Shamboo with a Rashab? Okay, this again is one part of the game that made me feel too guilty to ever do it. The lure in this game is that primarily one of the only ways to make money is to spin your monsters into silk. Basically, you can sell your monsters for money, but in order to do it, you have to kill them. Like, it literally says, like, you have this cocoon with a magical monster in it, you boil the monster alive in its cocoon and you turn it into silk. And magical silk can have special properties and they can use it to make armor and stuff, but like, no matter how much the benefits are of it, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it, I'm sorry, no. I don't want to hurt friend and pal. Okay, well if this one comes out correctly, it should be this. Because I'm roughly estimating, I can't remember obviously all different combinations. If this comes out correctly, it should be a snake with a pink skin on it. I'm excited to see what all our monsters look like, even if we have to go the bloody awkward way of running out and going into a battle and individually showing them to find out. I'm so glad in the final game you can just see the monsters after you've used them. Ooh. It's hard to give them a name when you don't know what they look like yet. That was the motto of my high school. It means work towards the light. In Welsh apparently. It's not spelled like that, was me shortening it to fit the character limits, but you know. Reconnect, 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 please. Reconnect, 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 please. Polka dot, polka dot, polka dot shorts. Oh yeah, you can only have 3 at once, so I can only show so much of these. Okay, we'll take these, we'll go back into the dungeon, we'll show them, and then come run back and we'll show you the rest of them. Oh, it's just so awkward. Seriously, just adding that one button to be able to see what your goddamn monsters look like was the best decision they ever made between this and the demo. Let's show the monsters off. Yeah, here we have a fusion of the Optron Dragon and the little witch hat friend. Inside, whoop. So as you can see, it's the body shape of one monster, but with the texture of the other. And sometimes they do have like minor changes to them, like as you can see, its head is more pointed as well. Oh yeah, that's the opposite fusion. That's the opposite to the one in the box. That's for Time Elf with Tailtune skin on it. Yeah. So Moblin is the one that's on the box. And we shall see you now, Moblin. At least I hope it is correct for the one in the box. Yeah, it is right. This is the one in the box, right? That is definitely the one in the box, right? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm 90% sure it is. If not, it's something else with Time Out skin on there. So now we need to go, where's the button in the menu to go back to town? Button in the menu to go back to town. Button in the menu to go back to town. Button in the menu to go back to town. Button in the menu to go back to town. Button in the menu to go back to town. Yeah, because I think you can actually merge, like, medium amounts of monsters, like you get like bits where it's like 3 of them combined. So let's have a look at that and see if it actually does combine traits for all 3 of them, or if it's just like the new monster you fuse it with overwrites the previous one. Let's go and run awkwardly all the way back to go again. Show the monsters awkwardly. Seriously, just having a menu option would be really good. I'm really glad that exists in the final game. Just look at your thing. This game makes it so unwieldy and awkward to get to the actual adorable super monsters. It has some of the best, most adorable super monsters, but they must deny them from me. A really cumbersome menu system. I like that he wears a little kilt. Oh, that came out badly as a fusion. Ooh. Yeah, those 2 skins did not fit. I think we'll end after we just show off all the monsters we fused up. Those 2 skins did not go well. It looks almost like it's been corrupted. Like the skins, I just guess that the color schemes and stuff didn't fuse very good. That's the little witch hat guy with a skin of a snake on top. It seems that it's not just simply the texture on top, but it also takes on the color scheme of the original monster. That's why it's not looking so good, because the original one, the color scheme of that was blue, and it's like it's fused awkwardly the red color scheme to become like a really obnoxious purple. At least snappy for last, but I'm very sad if it didn't turn out right and doesn't actually look snappy enough. Oh, that's so cute. This is the cutest trailer. That's what I said about how if you get a monster and you get the right the physical elements. It's like on this one, it's got claws and fangs and claws and foot and etc. Like if you fuse monsters together, if you fuse a monster that doesn't have certain limbs, and you fuse onto a monster that does have certain limbs, you get the first monster's model but with limbs added on. Like here, it's still clearly got the snake body, but it's also got the little tiny feet attached. That's just so adorable. Little bloody vestigial leggies. I think this is my favourite one so far. Again, the new Shab Shab line continues to be the best. Like, even when they become less snake-like, they still become adorable. They give that snaky cuteness to anything else. God, snakes with tiny little feet are the best thing ever. Like, you can see there are some snakes that have like little vestigial feet, and there's some sort of like lizards which look almost like snakes because they have such tiny. I need to show you. You must know. You must know. They absolutely failed Snappy. It's close enough. It's close enough. It looks like a horrifying monstrosity of nature, at least. Hope later on I can find a monster that has a more pink skin to it. But yeah, seriously, the little snake monster gets little tiny vestigial legs, so it is like perfect material for making a Dr. Snap. I just need to find someone a little more pink than this. I should take pictures of this actually. I want to try and draw. Which is a model view, just like seen from all angles or something. Little vestigial leggy friend, he's a pal and bud. Flooful, flaffle, flibble flen, smudly dadly wood. Let's head back, let's run, let's run, let's use a teleport in the menu. Or if I continue trying to create the perfect snap with Snurfect Pap. Snappy continues! Many cutie monster blobs, cuddly wonderful friendos. I will love them till the end. This game heals my heart. I'm not even rhyming anymore. I just feel soft and round. Nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia of this game. Oh, let's go run and look at monsters. God, it's so addictive to just fuse things over and over and over again. See all the ridiculous results you might get, and then hug and cherish and wuggle snug them. Snuggle wug them and wuggle snug them and snuggle wuggle thumbs. I just walked back in a circle by accident, I'm sorry. I must show them ons. I must show them ons, and this will be the final, and then we'll have a sleep because I am so totally gone. I think Macambo is one of my favourite models to go for. Like its animation setting. They're just like a little hoppy and a little defensive wizard hat. He's just cute. Those are my favourite body types. I'm not sure my favourite texture type is doing right away. Macambo also looks really good as a texture for everyone too. I'm not sure how exactly determines what the colour scheme hue recolor is. I think maybe that's where the third monster comes in. So we'd have to like fuse them in a very specific order to get the hue to colour to change. I'm sure if I look online there'll be guides to this. It's very bloody complicated it is. I just know that apparently it does take the DNA of 3 monsters into account, but then like after 3 monsters, like the fourth one you fuse it with gets taken out of the DNA, so you have to like keep fusing with the same monster over and over again to like get the right balance of traits you want. It's all very complicated. It's one of those games that had a system that was like had like, way too much potential for it. Oh no, it's Shablicker, no! The only Shablicker I want is like me pouring a nice glass of milk for all the Shabs in the neighbourhood. Who are not going to be harmed ever. Sleepy Bunch summons the final monster. Fingers crossed that this Snappy will look particularly good. Seriously, not being able to see previews of your monster is such an oversight in the gameplay. Let's fingers crossed that he looks remotely snapping in this. God, it's lagging. The game's lagging with sheer power of Dr. Snap. Okay, that is actually slightly more snappy than it was before. So yeah, it must be that like if you fuse 2 monsters and you get one with a model and you get one with skin a second, if you fuse it with a third monster, it doesn't change its appearance, but it changes the colour of it. That's good to know. So if I can find something slightly more pink one, we can fuse it into a Snappy. Man, I need a chocolate milkshake. If we play this game on stream, like we can have like a bloody art of our favourite fusion monsters. Like by the end of it, I can like, try and make a plushie of one of them. That'd be really good. Let's just end the stream with a screen of 3 cuties staring at each other. Pal, friend, and pal. They are together. And this is the end. Okay? Just imagine that off-screen, like, we decided not to fight these monsters, they all just became friends, they had a lovely tea party, the end. All the rounding little squiggly pals, the end, good, forever. I'm gonna tuck myself into a cocoon blanket. You were good company too. No, you are the good company. You are the friend. You are the powerful heart. It was you, the culprit was you all along. Okay, buddy, go sleep now.